Been a long day for all of us, but it's still morning. Lucky for us. So, Director, you work in finance.
Yes.
And then Dean Shaw, you work in a gaming company? Hasbro?
Well, not really. It's just I hold a endowed share donated by the Hasbro. And as a matter of fact, the donor, Elf Barakia, our alum, he was the president and chairman and CEO for Hasbro. So, and Hasbro is headquartered in Rhode Island.
And Dr. Donna, I'm sorry, but is it you are a frat house advisor?
Frat house? No, not quite.
From the name, I mean, I've never been to the US.
I try not to go near the frat houses. No, I am the International Business Program Coordinator. I teach most of the law classes in our undergrad and graduate programs, so your discussion was very interesting to me. And Beta Gamma Sigma is the highest honor society available to students in AACSB accredited universities around the world. Less than 12% of students around the world receive Beta Gamma Sigma. Well, less than 12% of the universities around the world get AACSB accreditation, and out of that, only the top 10%, the best of the best students, become Beta Gamma Sigma members. I was a member as a student, and I was asked to head up our chapter, and we are our highest honors chapter because our students at URI are that outstanding. So some of them are members of fraternities, social fraternities, but this is an honor society.
My apologies.
No apologies necessary. I'm always happy to enlighten people about why they should come to URI. We have it for graduate students as well.
Okay. Wow. Well, I definitely did not read that off of your nameplates at all. No, definitely not. But anyways, nice to meet you guys. My name is Ryan. I am also a student in GMBA. First, I'm going to start off before Taiwan. So this is my family. I was born in Jakarta. I'm from Indonesia. It's our capital city. 1999 to a beautiful, amazing, and loving family of four. This is my mom, my dad, and my sister. I couldn't imagine a world without them, and they are the pillars of every decision I make right now. I love them to death. Earlier education, I studied as a prestigious Christian school in an area near my house. I studied quite often, played basketball very often too. A bit too much, actually. Nevertheless, my grades survived. I studied science back then, but I got into college for business. So, after graduating high school, I did not know what to do. I was lost, and then my grades were surviving. It's a disguise for flunking. But at the time, I was luckily asking myself the right question. I kept on asking myself, what now? I ended up studying in Tunghai University's IB program taught by Howard. Very good teacher, love him. I met a lot of friends, and this was my first experience studying in an international culture. And I want to explain to you guys my thought process. When I got out of high school, I wanted something new. I knew that the way that, no offense, the way that Indonesians think, for me, the way that they think, their culture is a bit too traditional for me. I know there's more for me in the world out there. So I knew deep in my heart that Indonesia was just not it for me. I knew that I wanted to go to the other direction because I asked all my friends back then, all they wanted to do is to go to a government or public school. They want to earn the highest degree from the most prestigious universities and just work at home. For me, honestly, when I grew up, I studied a bit more English than Indonesian. I am more comfortable communicating in English compared to Indonesian, honestly. So I know that that's a skill that unique compared to my friends, and that I have to leverage that privilege that I've gotten from my parents. So now, the previous year has been amazing for me. I'm studying GMBA right now. These are the amazing friends I got from GMBA, and Michael is here. You guys can see making a funny face being Michael. And I got into the best shape of my life. I also teach English to elementary school students, private and both classes. And this is one of the kids that I teach. His father exports skateboards from China and then sells them went to Santa Cruz, a very big skateboard company in the U.S. And then, yeah, the passion for basketball is still there, but the body is getting old. So we know where that goes. This year, I'm still studying GMBA. I have a private business with friends that is focusing on social media marketing and advertising management. I am teaching English to elementary school students, and then I also have my first gig as a part-time real estate photographer. I work remotely also as a front-end web developer for free. It's an internship, so I code to make websites and web apps for my friends that are focusing on the educational industry in Indonesia. Also, the most important lesson for me is that I'm growing as a person, and I learned a lot of things along the way. I'm sorry if this sounds like a TED Talk. I promise I'm trying my best to make it a bit more interesting than that. But these are my goals. I want to share my journey. The camera is my best friend right now. I want to inspire others that if I can do it, then they can do it too. I want to be more successful in life and in business, and I want to pursue more knowledge. I know that if I study for life, if I always pursue knowledge and use them the right way with a pure intention, I don't think it would go well for me. And to sum it all up, I want to become the best version of myself, to find alignment and purpose in the work I do, while taking care of myself and those I love. These are the three things I want all of us to keep in mind in the future. First is to compete with who we were yesterday. There's a director, a dean, and a doctor in front of me. It is very difficult for me. It's quite a lot of pressure, but if I look around, there's always people better than us. If we do that, we'll never be satisfied. Comparison is the thief of joy. So we should look back to who we were yesterday, evaluate ourselves every single day, and improve upon it. 2, opportunities only look like opportunities in the rearview mirror. Today, they look like risks. A lot of things happened to me in the past year. I love photography, never touched real estate. I jumped into entrepreneurship. I tried teaching English. These were all risks at the time. I was terrified to take them, and my mind was only heading to this one way that I knew I would fail miserably. But after taking the risk, putting the time in, being anxious most of the time, it worked out, and it's great. And I can say if I said no to any of them, I would regret it. Third is to transcend living for myself, to make the world a better place for others, and to always give needed help. For me, what this means, sometimes when you do business, most of the time people think about money, and I don't want to do that. I want to go into business knowing that I want to help other people, because it gives me purpose and it doesn't feel like work. I know that life is tough for everyone, and it's always a good thing if you can make it easier for others. So, thank you for listening to my pep talk, apparently, and I hope you guys have a good day.